Taxpayers of the world, beware. Tax collectors are coming after you as never before. Hello, I'm Steve Forbes, and this is What's Ahead, where you get the insights you need to better navigate these turbulent times. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen is proposing that countries around the world enact a global minimum corporate tax rate. And this idea is just for starters. Schemes are being developed to have global tax laws for individuals as well. No matter where you live or have a business, politicians want more money from you. Secretary Yellen says a global minimum rate is needed because there is, as she puts it, a destructive race to the bottom. To hear her tell it, governments won't be able to get any taxes at all unless drastic steps like hers are taken. Our Treasury chief is spouting nonsense. Countries have been tweaking corporate tax rates for years to stimulate growth, but they are nowhere near zero. Ireland's famous low rate is only 12.5%. Hungary's 9% is the lowest in Europe. And Britain this year is actually increasing the level of its business tax. Nonetheless, Yellen and other big tax and spend advocates are employing scare tactics so they can more easily hike taxes to help pay for their blowout spending schemes. Secretary Yellen's call has a special urgency to it. If she and President Biden have their way, the U.S. will soon have the worst corporate tax rate in the developed world. This gives a huge advantage to companies overseas that compete with ours. A global tax regime with a high minimum will help take the sting out of what Democrats want to do here. Of course, what these advocates can't grasp is what experience has taught time and time again. Low tax regimes mean more prosperous economies, which means more government revenues. Nonetheless, the G20, that is the world's biggest economies, has been formulating plans for a global minimum tax. No surprise, the biggest European advocates are high-tax Germany and France. Here in the U.S., high-tax advocates snuck in a provision in Biden's pandemic stimulus bill that bans states from cutting taxes. New York and California are furious that millions of residents are moving out to more tax-friendly environments like Florida and Texas. No wonder people are pulling up stakes in these financially reckless states. New York, with the worst state taxes in the country, has a budget of $212 billion. Florida's budget is $97 billion, less than half of New York's, even though Florida has 2 million more people. Taxpayers had better hope these schemes are thwarted. Otherwise, our economy will be hurt, and that's bad news for future stock prices. I'm Steve Forbes. Thanks for listening. Do send in your comments and suggestions. I look forward to being with you soon again.